I don't know if you caught this or not, Jeff, and I'm sure you did because I think you're the one that brought it to my attention. Okay. That Albert Breer's mailbag is just filled. It's like Santa's mailbag right now, or Santa's bag of toys. Really? And the toys inside this bag are full of Browns questions. And I kind of want to dig into some of these because I'm...
Albert's with Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by his answers because they seem very level-headed and very understandable. Is that... Am I off my rocker?
Well, what did I tell you when we talked about it this morning?
That I would not... that I might be pleasantly surprised by his answers.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, I remember. Maybe Dan said that. Okay, what did you say?
I said it sounded like our show.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to give the whole thing away. 216-474-0092 is the number to call. And let me get into some of these, okay? Ready? So he got his first question, how bad does Kevin Stefanski want out of Cleveland, and will he get his wish? Now, there you go. Now, that's a fun question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jeff, let me ask you the question before I even look at his answer. How bad do you think Kevin Stefanski wants out of Cleveland?
Not very.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of me that thinks Kevin Stefanski wouldn't mind it if they said, you know what, Kevin, we're going to part ways right now.
Well, if that happens, then he'll go get another job somewhere doing something.
Yeah, like if I'm him, I'm not quitting.
If I'm him, I'm not walking away.
No, but... I mean, you know, someone says, "Oh, here's a parachute, and by the way, it's golden." Sometimes it's pleasant to look at, isn't it? Especially if you go back to my theory and philosophy yesterday.
He's under contract, so he would be getting something.
Yeah, it goes back to my philosophy from yesterday about, you know, I just still feel like things went completely sideways when they traded Flacco. Like, I don't know that all the parties were in sync on that. All right, so let me...
Can't wait to watch Kenny Pickett this week, by the way. Starting against the Eagles.
Are you locked into that?
I'm going to be watching.
All right. So the question came from a guy named Justin Sanity, 67. Here we go. I don't know that he wants out of Cleveland, according to Breer. He has a good relationship with Jimmy and Dee Haslam and general manager Andrew Berry, so I don't think this is an untenable situation. Now, if you're asking if everyone should go forward together, that's a different question. Stefanski and Berry inherited a nice young core upon their 2020 arrival, led by Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Odell, Jarvis, Teller, Treader, Bitonio, Garrett, Ogunjobi, and Ward. They plugged their biggest hole at offensive tackle that offseason and won 11 games, which matched the team's highest win since the 80s. You could argue at that point the franchise was in the best spot it's been since re-entering the league in 1999. He then goes on to talk about how they took a small step back with an injury season in 21, then the Deshaun Watson trade, and it undermined any opportunity that the nucleus of players had to pursue a championship. It took Mayfield off the roster and stripped the team of first-round picks. We all know about this. The impact of that decision could not be overstated. The question from there becomes whether a coach and general manager can come back from that. Is it fair to say Stefanski did an admirable job in 2023 getting the team to 11 wins in the midst of this messy four-season stretch? This year, Berry effectively created a pivot point for the team that had aged, trading the second pick, bringing in a bumper crop of rookies with a return, and setting the team up with 2 first-round picks in 2026. On one hand, you could say Stefanski has done well and could be expected, considering the mess at quarterback, and Berry started to build a road out from underneath that mess. On the other hand, those two guys were a part of this mess in the first place. It's a great point. And in the future, their roles...
That is a good point.
Yeah. In the future, their roles in that will be the backup to everything to do until... Will be the backdrop to everything they do until they can recreate what they walked into in 2020. To be clear, I believe Stefanski and Berry are still good at their jobs. What I'm less sure of is whether having both is best for the team, given that backdrop. Again, that was Albert Breer's words. Man, that sounds familiar, Jeff. It just sounds way too familiar.
The idea that he's respected around the league and this group is and everything else, it's what we've said, it's what we've heard. And I just think there's such decisions ahead for this organization that it's going to be fascinating. I'm anxious to see the final 4 games, and then I'm really anxious to see what happens afterwards.
On one hand, you could say Stefanski has done as well as could be expected considering the mess at quarterback.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I still wonder, when you look at the entire situation, what his thought process was on Mayfield and where he really stood on where they were going with Baker and how he may have been.
Never heard that, did we?
No, we never did. Maybe we will at some point. I don't know. And Barry started to build a road out from under that mess. And they did a little bit. But on the other hand, those two guys
to build that road.
Well,
apparently they were waiting on the gravel to arrive.
I think part of the problem of building the road after that, though, is that they've only built one side of the road. The defense is built. I mean, right? They haven't spent a lot of time on the others. They haven't spent a lot of time on the offense. I mean,
well,
they have,
did
but they
this
haven't.
Last draft, skill position, but didn't.
Nothing on the line.
Nothing on the line. Well, you only have so many picks.
So when you take a look at this entire, essay that he wrote on one question, which is a lot of stuff to talk about. In the future, the roles that will be the backdrop to everything they do until they can recreate what they walked into in 2022. To be clear, I believe Stefanski and Barry are still good at their jobs. Do you believe they're good at their jobs?
I think Kevin can coach, and I think Andrew had a good draft. And I think he's made good trades and signed good free agents.
Here's the reason I want to see it for another year.
I don't think he's done a great job overall drafting.
I still give him a little bit of a pass because he didn't have 3 first-round picks. Now, but if he put himself in that situation,
other GMs hit other picks.
Yeah, I know, but man, when you take away like the heart, the body is kind of hard to. Yeah, oh, it's a great arm, good foot over there. But if you're not pumping any blood to it, not exactly a good working part.
Teams aren't just built with first-round picks. Teams are built with nailing picks in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th rounds.
And then that last line he said, what I'm less sure of is whether having both is best for the team, given that backdrop. That's the other part of it. I mean, can you see a world where one exists and the other doesn't? That's the next phase to this thing, right?
Yeah. Are they a pair? Are they independent contractors? Probably make the argument that they're independent contractors.
I don't know.